African American or Asian senator. And we're celebrating, but we should be so much farther.
Yes.
So I implore you to get out there and vote. We need to give Hillary the majority. We need to get it back, and one of those ways we do it is to elect Bryan Caforio. Bryan and I both have a education, public education. He was raised by his parents, humble upbringing as well, but he fought the big banks. It takes courage to do that. And I can tell you, a guy with courage, we're going to need it in Congress, because it's a madhouse. It is a madhouse there. We need somebody smart, articulate, fearless. Fearless. This is the theme of the folks that we got up here. They are fearless. We got to support them. And without further ado, I'd like to introduce Bryan Caforio.
There are a few more people. This is wonderful. Thank you everybody for coming here. This is so exciting. We are 9 days away from turning this entire area blue. So many people are here and so many people are excited because the issues, the ideas on the other side are so misguided, so backwards, and so out of touch with this community and how we can move our area forward. I'm running against a guy who thinks that no woman should have the right to choose what to do with her own health care decisions in any circumstances whatsoever. This is a guy who just co-sponsored a piece of legislation that would allow an employer to fire a woman who gets pregnant while single. It's a person who doesn't believe in climate change and doesn't accept this as a threat facing our country, doesn't believe that women should get equal pay for equal work, that we should strengthen and secure Social Security and Medicare for decades into the future. That type of backwards thinking is so wrong and so outdated. But we have such an amazing chance right here 9 days away to completely erase that, to completely start moving this forward. And we're going to do it up and down the ballot because we have such amazing candidates running who you heard from today. We've got Christy Smith, who is the best assembly candidate in the state of California. And she's going to be representing us come December 5th, and I am grateful to that. We heard from Henry Stern, who not only talks an amazing game, but has been there and done it, leading the fight on environmental protection to keep this community safe. The great legacy that Senator Fran Pavley has already brought to this area. We just heard from Senior Master Sergeant Jonathon Ervin, a man who has served his country, a man who serves his community, who stands up against Walmart when they want to build their 5th big giant store in our backyard, even when it hurts him personally, because he does what's right for our community. And the way we're going to get everybody elected, everybody who's spoken, Darryl Park, who's going to be an amazing supervisor, who's leading the charge on Porter Ranch and Chiquita Canyon and so many other areas that right now are being forgotten about. The way we all are going to get elected here is because you're going to knock the doors, you're going to make the calls, because we can't outspend that dark, secret super PAC money that we're all dealing with millions of dollars on the outside, but we can beat them with the people in this room. And as a sign of just how powerful and important everybody here is, we are truly honored to have our Attorney General, who has been... whether it's leading the charge against for-profit colleges, against big banks who take advantage of people, for better environmental regulations, or to keep our streets safer, this is a woman who epitomizes the ideal of public service. And we are all going to be so proud to have her as our senator next year, Kamala Harris.
Save all that for November 9th. I need you to have your energy right now to deal with the next 9 days.
There you go.
All right, so first of all, I cannot tell you all how inspired I am to be on this stage with the people that are here with me. This really, sometimes we have jewels in our backyard, and because we're used to seeing them, we don't realize how special they are. But I'm going to tell you, in Henry and Christy, in Jonathon and Bryan and Darryl, we have stars who are jewels of California. And I am here, and I got a big old bus outside and traveling up and down the state. I'm here to ask you all to please, please, please send them on, elevate them up, and let them help lead our state and our country. These are extraordinary human beings, and they are going to make for the most important kind of leadership that our country needs right now. So I'm here to ask you all to please give everything you have. You all could be doing so many other things in these next 9 days. Please give everything you have in your energy and in your time and in your heart to make sure that we elect them, because these are difficult times. You know, I've been thinking about this election cycle, and I really do believe that right now we are at a really pivotal moment in the history of our country. Many of you know my parents met when they were active in the civil rights movement as students at UC Berkeley in the 60s. My sister and I, we joke that we grew up surrounded by a bunch of adults who spent full time marching and shouting for that thing called justice. That's why I wanted to be a lawyer, because of those heroes who were part of the civil rights movement, Thurgood Marshall and all. And when I think then about this moment in time in the history of our country, I really do think this is like that moment in time. I think it's a moment in time that is similar to what some of us have personally experienced, where circumstances and the situation require us to look in a mirror and with furrowed brow ask that question, who are we? I think this is that moment in time for our country, where collectively we are being required to look in a mirror, and with furrowed brow we are asking a question, who are we? And guys, I believe the answer is a good one. I believe we are a great country. Imperfect though we may be, we are a great country. And part of what makes us great is we were founded on certain ideals. Those ideals that were written in 1776, that we are all and should be treated as equals. Ideals that are offended when someone would suggest that we would deny someone entry into our country because of the God they worship.
That's right.
Ideals that are under attack when someone would suggest that a man cannot be a judge in a court of law in our country because his parents were born in Mexico. Ideals that are being challenged when someone would suggest that if I disagree with my opponent, perhaps my opponent should be jailed or shot. This is a moment in time that is challenging each and every one of us to stand up and fight for our ideals. And now she's about to say, with a bit of bravado, and California is going to help lead the way. We are still that place that everyone looks at around the nation and globe. They look to us, they look at us for what change looks like. They look to us knowing that we have always been motivated by what can be, unburdened by what has been.
That's right.
They know what we know. That old adage is true. So goes California, goes the rest of the country. And so the elections that we are up here talking about are about our backyard, Santa Clarita. It's about our state, and it's about our country.
Yes.
It's about fighting for the issues that the people on this stage have been and have a track record of fighting for. Be it our environment, denying those science deniers that would question climate change. Be it fighting for our children and quality education for all children. Be it looking at what we need to do to close that income divide and inequality. Be it fighting for women and their right to make decisions about their own reproductive health care. Stakes right now, because the stakes are high. These are the issues we are fighting for. And one of the best ways we can fight to make sure that we are being true to our ideals as a country is making sure at each level of government we have the right leaders in place who will have the courage like these folks have every day to get out of bed, to do the things that some people may not think are popular, but do what they know in their hearts is the right thing to do. Yeah. So let us now rededicate ourselves, knowing that sometimes when we get out there, you know, you might be at a restaurant or sometimes even among family members and you think you're the only one who thinks like you. You might be at the gas station and you hear a comment that you just got to ignore or maybe argue. So let's use this as a moment also to look around. Look, we got folks outside. Let's look around and remember we're all in it together. We are all in it together. And even though there's stuff out there that's trying to divide us, trying to make us feel small, we will reject that. You know, and here's how I'll close. Sometimes it's interesting. You know, when you're critical of what's not working in our country, when you point out what's not working, like we got a broken criminal justice system, we've got a broken immigration system. When you point out what's not working in our country, it's interesting how some people would suggest that invites a question about one's love of country. Well, I reject that notion. I say there are two definitions of what it means to be a patriot. There is the definition that suggests you defend your country whatever it does. And then there is the kind of patriot I know us all to be. The kind that will fight each and every day for the ideals of our country, and that's what this race is about.
This is not a day of all fun and games. We got a walk. We got a phone. You can sign up outside if you're not signed up already. We got to get these guys elected. All of them, guys and gals.
Women and men.
Women and men.